Hello, got some more A-League predictions for you. First, let's have a look back what happened in last week's matches. Of course, the ongoing coronavirus situation means that we only have 3 games for this week, but for now, we still have matches for the A-League. So, let's have a look what happened last time. Starting off with Brisbane Roar against Central Coast Mariners. Brisbane Roar 1-0 winners. Scott McDonald scoring in stoppage time of the first half for Brisbane to get themselves a victory against a struggling Central Coast Mariners side that are surely going to finish bottom this season. They had 16 to 11 shots for Brisbane, 5 to 4 on target as well too for them. Had Sydney and Perth in a 0-0 draw. So this was a pretty boring fixture really. 13 to 9 shots for Sydney, 4 to 1 on target as well too. And I did live watch alongs for all 5 of this week's matches as well too. If you want to check them out on a replay, feel free to do so. Melbourne City and Western Sydney Wanderers was a 1-1 draw. Tate Russell scored for Western Sydney in the 21st minute. For Melbourne City, 30th minute goal from Jamie McLaren. So 16 to 6 shots for Melbourne City and 4 each on target. Next up we had my team, the Wellington Phoenix, got themselves a 3-0 win over Melbourne victory. So brilliant stuff there, with Davilia, Hooper and David Bull on the score sheet. 13 to 10 shots for the victory, and 5 to 1 on target for the Wellington Phoenix. Next up, we had Newcastle Jets defeats Adelaide United away from home 3-0 in the end. Sensational stuff there. Scoring just before half time with O'Donovan in the 41st minutes, had Muller in the 51st and Ugarkovic in the 54th. So 13 to 10 shots for Newcastle and 6 to 1 on target as well too. So here we are, week 21 of matches. We were going to have Sydney against Wellington Phoenix, but that game has been postponed as the Wellington Phoenix, coming from Wellington, have now got a 2-week self-isolation period as the new protocols started from this morning in New Zealand. So once he travels to Australia, the same system is applied coming out of the country and coming into the country. So that means Wellington Phoenix team can't play for the next 2 weeks in the A-League, so their games will be clustered together, as well as Melbourne Victory's match as well too against Brisbane Roar coming up, and Wellington Phoenix game against Newcastle Jets as well too in the weekend, as they're going to play a midweek and a weekend fixture if things went smoothly. So that just means we got these 3 games here with hello there, Cardman 22. Melbourne Victory is not playing there this weekend. So that's the situation. They got to go on a 2-week quarantine procedure as well too, just like the Wellington Phoenix, because of the new New Zealand guidelines with the coronavirus thing there. So it applies to people coming out of the country and coming to the country. I was aware of people coming to the country as of this morning, but I wasn't aware that also applied the other way as well too. So it just means we only got 3 fixtures here, and Melbourne Victory and Wellington Phoenix are unable to play for the next 2 weeks of fixtures. So it'll be quite heavily clustered in upcoming games. But nice for you to come along and join me, and maybe you can make some predictions for this week here. So how people got on from last week. Carlton White managed to get 4 out of 5 correct. So he did the best, so well done to him. Big round of applause. He had Brisbane's winning, he had Sydney and Perth drawing, Wellington Phoenix winning, and also Newcastle Jets winning as well too. So brilliant stuff. The game he got wrong was the Western City game against Melbourne City, turned out to be a draw. He went for Western City to win, but overall 4 out of 5 is pretty brilliant. And for me, I got second place, 3 out of 5. I had the Brisbane, Wellington Phoenix, and Newcastle Kuwait. I went for Melbourne City to beat Western Sydney, but that was a draw. And I also went for Sydney against Perth, but that turned out to be a 0-0 draw. And in third place, Gatman with just the 2 correct results there, including the Wellington Phoenix and the Brisbane War. So, not too great for him, but nice of him to carry on and join it in the prediction series there. And this time, since there's only 3 matches with the Central Coast against Melbourne City, the Western Sydney against Sydney, and the Perth Glory against Western United matches, I'll give 3 points to a quick score, as well as just the single points for a correct result, either a win or draw. So hopefully someone can get 3 points bang on, and that's somewhat the procedure I'll use for next season anyway. But of course I'll introduce the new rule just for these matches, as there's only 3 games, so we could all get the same score anyway, really. So just a little bit more of a bonus opportunity if things come through. So keep chatting away there, guys, if you're watching this live. So I already got this one up. Central Coast against Melbourne City. Overall hitty record. Central Coast with 12 wins. Melbourne City with 10. And there's been 7 draws. So recent times, Melbourne City got themselves the last 2 wins. 3-1 and a 5-0 bumping over the Central Coast. And before that, Melbourne City has also been quite dominant, going all the way back here, so just 1 win for Central Coast in 2019. But otherwise, it's a good, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 victories. 9 victories and a draw in the past 11, or something ridiculous. So Melbourne City, really good odds for them to get the victory here. Oh, and I also forgot to give the odds for this match. I'll get the website I use, my tab.co.New Zealand websites, because I'm from New Zealand, so a bit of a more accurate sporting website, I guess. But we'll have a bit of a look-see here. Kind of football. There might be too many other things to bet on, so it could be a good opportunity if you are interested. So A-League matches. It says no events for some reason. Make it load a bit more. Melbourne City will be the favourites away from home. Okay, nothing's popping up there, so unable to bet at this early stage, as it's still got a few more days to go before the matches taking place, and I guess because of the coronavirus situation going on as well too, it might not be guaranteed that these matches might be going ahead, but the current situation is they're playing behind closed doors in these 3 venues that are going ahead at this stage there. So we'll just base things on the head-to-head record and how they're situated on the table so far this season. So for the Central Coast Mariners, they're all the way down in the last spots, losing a good 5, 6 plus matches in a row, only getting 13 points in their 21 games there this season. For Melbourne City, they are in 2nd spot, 3 victories and a draw for them in the past 5 matches. So I really got to go for Melbourne City to get the win here, as they really should. And Central Coast Mariners are a side that just doesn't keep any clean sheets at all. So I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory for Melbourne City here. I think there'll be quite a few goals in this one, and hopefully Central Coast Mariners at home can at least get a goal to satisfy their home fans watching at home. So the next game is a Sydney derby, and this match would normally be very buoyant with the home supporters and gets a full capacity, but that's not going to be the situation this time around, so it's a little bit sad and depressing, but at the same time, hopefully we'll be able to see some football, which you don't get a lot of throughout the world for the next good month or so, at least. So Western Sydney against Sydney, so let's get the head-to-head record up against. And also doing a live watch line for the Central Coast Mariners Melbourne City game and this match between Western Sydney and Sydney. Not doing the Perth Glory and Western United, as that's really late my time in New Zealand. Starts at 11:45 PM. So yeah, so 2 out of 3. So that will be something anyway for you guys to come along and enjoy. So Western Sydney against Sydney. So let's get the head-to-head record back to 2012. Sydney with the better things, 12 wins, 6 wins for Western Sydney, and there's been 6 draws. So recent times, Western Sydney winning the past 2 games there. So they managed to win 1-0 at Sydney's place just very recently, 28th of February. So it's just going back a few weeks. And before that, they got themselves a 1-0 victory at home as well too. So not too bad for them. And a draw before that. So last time Sydney winning back in 2018, 3-1 and a 2-0 victory. And yeah, you can see quite a few other Sydney wins there. And they'll be looking to try and beat Western Sydney Wanderers once again. And situation on the table at the moment, Western Sydney, 8th place, 2 wins and 2 draws in the past 5 matches, 2 points off getting off that playoff positions there, so they're definitely more of a need of the result. And for Sydney, top of the table, 3 wins and a draw for them in the past 5 games, a good 10 points clear of Melbourne City, with a couple of games in hand there. So I think Western Sydney at home, and you can sort of gauge on clubs that's really fighting up for the playoff positions and home semi-finals and that type of thing there to back them to get a result out of the match. But it's going to be difficult to beat Sydney once again there, as they have been pretty impressive there this season overall. Only conceding 15 goals there this season. So I'm going to go for the draw option here. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw for this Sydney derby. And the third and final game is Perth Glory against Western United. Western United, the new club to the A-League, so there might be only 1 or 2 matches that they played against before, but we'll have a bit of a look-see. Let's get up Perth Glory FC. And this one, as they're not playing against Ulsan in the Asian Champions League competition, that's been postponed at this stage. So only the 1 game, 1 draw it turned out to be, and that was a 1-1 draw back in October. So what venue was it at? It was at Western United's venue, so Perth Glory home advantage this time around. And recent form for them, not too good, just the 1 victory in the past 5 games, a couple of draws on there. Western United in 6th place, 2 wins and a draw in the past 5 matches for Western United. So a big match here. Perth Glory, if they get the victory, they can really what do I call it? Clinch the top 6 positions, but without really doing so, solidify, build upon those type of stuff there. For Western United, if they get the win there, they're right in the midst there, try and push clear and try and maintain on that 6th spot there. So a big match there to see who makes the playoffs there this season. With only 7 games left to go of the regular season, so it's all coming in pretty fast. Yeah, so this match here, Western United, last couple of games there, they've been pretty impressive. A 5-1 victory over Adelaide and a 6-2 win over Central Coast Mariners. 11 goals in 2 games. So that's why I've got it back Western United. They're scoring goals for fun at the moment. But Perth Glory, a tougher opposition. Let's have a look at their recent results. Just to try and figure out a good score prediction for this match. So a 0-0 draw, a 3-2 defeat, 2-1, 1-1. So they're scoring a goal or 2 in a few matches, but just not getting the right results. So 4-2 win over Wellington Phoenix. Though was a win last time around. So I'm going to go for Western United. Yeah, let's go for a 3-2 win for Western United. Let's go for the goals, go for 5 goals, and go for 11 goals in total for these 3 matches, because they've got to make up a lot of work there, as we were going to have 6 games, but it's been reduced down to 3 games there for this week, so we need all the goals we can get. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and feel free to put your thoughts and predictions down for this week's matches, and see if you can beat me, see if you can beat Gatman, and see if you can beat Kevin White in the predictions as well too there. Thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching. Cheers.